So let's begin just by letting ourselves settle. And you can settle in any position that you like. You might be sitting in a chair, sitting on a couch, or sitting against the wall, or maybe you're standing, whatever is comfortable for you. Just take a minute to just let yourself settle into your body. Let the thoughts settle. Just give it a little space to the noise of the mind. Give a little time for all the resonance of whatever activities you've been engaged in to start to dissolve. And if you're sitting, feel the ground underneath you. If you're standing, feel it under your feet. If you're lying down, feel it supporting you in every place that it's touching you. Feel the solidity of that. And then start to soften. Soften any excess tension in the pelvis, any excess tension in the legs and in the feet. Any excess tension in the belly and the lower back. And if you're sitting or standing, feel the spine rising up vibrantly from the soil of the earth with the ascending energy reaching toward the sky. Let the heart be buoyant above the belly. Release the tension around the rib cage. Release the tension between the shoulder blades, from the back of the neck. From across the collar and the occipital base of the skull. Soften even the musculature on the crown of the head. And release the tension from behind the eyes. Release the tension from the roof of the mouth and the back of the palate. And as you do that, feel how it opens and clears the inner space of the mind, giving you a little distance from the thoughts themselves. And then as you inhale, draw the breath smoothly and easily right across the roof of the mouth and let it spread out across the back of the palate. Just feeling the sensation of the breath, however it appears. Moving across that tender diaphragm. At the back of the palate. And as you exhale, let any excess tension that you may be holding there just dissolve. Release it into the emptiness of the out-breath. And feel that space above the soft palate then opening, widening, becoming continuous with the space that surrounds you as it is. And then release any excess tension from the jaw and from the throat itself. And as you inhale, draw the breath into the throat. You can visualize it moving inward toward the throat from every direction. Not just the physical flow of air, but the sensation of breathing. Draw it in to any tension that you might be holding in the throat, and as you exhale, let that tension dissolve. And you might hold just a little bit of tone in the vocal cords, as if you were whispering, to slow the breath down and to give it a very subtle, aspirant sound. Creating a greater sense of depth and smoothness as you breathe. And then we'll draw the next breath a little further down into the center of the heart. Not into the physical heart, but just into the center of the rib cage itself. Feel the lungs expanding. Feel the diaphragm pressing down on the abdominal viscera. Or perhaps more subtly, just feeling the space in the center of the heart opening as the breath moves in. And then feel that space is perfectly continuous with the space above and around you, with the space of the throat, the space of the skull, and the space of your surroundings. And as you draw the breath in, feel into any emotional resonance, any visceral, any bodily tension that you might feel across the chest, maybe in the intercostals, the upper belly, the backs of the shoulders, anything. And as you exhale, let any of that tension that's ready to let go spread itself out and dissolve into the emptiness of the out-breath. And if you feel a sense of lightness and spaciousness radiating from the heart, let it move out and fill the space of your awareness. And then we'll draw the breath even deeper down into the watery pot of the belly. softening. Allowing any emotional tension that you might be holding around the belly and in the lower back, in the abdominal viscera itself, to release, rising up and dissolving with the movement of the exhale. And then one more movement all the way down, all the way into the center of the pelvis. Feeling the earthy, grounded quality of the pelvis, offering support to the body. But softening any excess tension in the psoas, in the front of the hips. And if it wants to release, letting it rise up and sequence out, dissolving into the emptiness of the body. And then just while we're here together, just for these next few moments even, let's set all of our thoughts aside. Setting aside your narration about what you just experienced, about what you're hearing, about why we're here. Setting aside your thoughts about what you've done so far today, and what you need to do, and about everything that's happening in the world. Just for a moment, we just set all of that aside. And we'll be able to pick it back up when the time comes. But for now, let's just empty ourselves out. Setting aside all the emotional resonance that we've been carrying with us, all the anticipation, setting aside even our thoughts about why we're here together, what we hope to accomplish. And if any thoughts come and if they move into this space, that's totally fine. But we just don't take them up. We're just not giving them our attention, not engaging with them, but just letting them be aside. And setting aside our memories. So that we're empty. 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 And then see what remains. And you've set all that aside. It's not nothingness. But a simple presence of awareness. Still here. Here with you. And feeling into that presence. You can see that it's untouched by anxiety. Untouched by fear. Untouched by memory. That it cannot be wounded. And please don't take my word for this, just look. Discover this for yourself. Discover that this presence has always been here. That it's untouched by time. Untouched by change. That it cannot be diminished or reduced. And that it's always supporting you from within. Seeing through your eyes. Hearing through your ears. Touching through your tissues and nerves. That it has no form, no edges. And it's always with you. Never before the eye of the mind. But giving the eye its power of seeing. Giving sentience to life. And holding space for life to unfold. as you allow that presence to come to the fore. Feel your body saturated with warmth. With kindness. With forgiveness. And with deep, profound trust. And let's sit with this just for a moment or two more. And let's stay with this.